Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Wednesday the 12th of October 2022. I hope you are keeping well on this Wednesday. What's happening in the news? 97 seems to be a number in the news today. We have to report the passing of Angela Lansbury 5 days before her 97th birthday, and I'm sure just looking at the demographic of viewers on this channel, most of you probably know who she is already. Certainly the long-running series Murder, She Wrote, where she starred as Jessica Fletcher, is probably in the minds of most of you, although she did actually have a very long career before taking on that role. She was in many things, actually. A good actress. I think she's one of those people we tend to imagine she was a very nice person based on the characters that she played. You get that kind of sense of people. May or may not be true, of course, I don't know, but I imagine that she was probably a nice woman. And 97, well, somebody who's definitely not had enough of life at 97 is Mahathir Mohamad, who has said that he is going to run again for his parliamentary seat in Malaysia. Whether or not he'll try to become the Prime Minister again or not, we don't know, but I thought he'd actually given up on politics, but no. For some people, they will never give up on politics, right? You thought Biden was old. Mahathir's 97. Good grief. Anyway, I won't give any comments on my opinions on his political stance, but not on this channel for sure. Right, okay, that's the news sorted out. Now, this is the game of Sudoku. Welcome if you are a newbie to Sudoku. Not sure about how to play the game. A very quick idea of how to play the game, or the rules. Here is a row of 9 squares, but it's not placed randomly. There are other rows of 9 squares placed beneath it. 9, in fact. 9. It's a 9 by 9 grid. Excuse me, my mouse is not doing what I wanted to do. 9 squares across and 9 squares down, if I can only hold down the mouse button. Right, okay, what do we do? Well, we fill digits 1 to 9 in each of these squares. A number must not repeat. So in this column, the top row here, look, has no digits placed in it. So we've got numbers 1 to 9 to place in the top row. This row, however, already has a lot of digits. In fact, we only have 3 that we haven't yet placed. We've got 8, 6, 2, 7, 1, and 9. What we don't yet have are 3, 4, and 5. Those are the numbers that we'll be looking for to fill in these 3 empty spaces. Got it? Now, not only is it the same rule, does the same rule apply for columns, the same rule also applies for these blocks. 9 blocks of 3 by 3. And again, we're looking for digits 1 to 9, and the number must not repeat. That's it. That's all you need to understand. Now we can actually get on and play the game. And we can do that by looking at this block here, which strangely has no, not strangely, but you might think it's strange to begin on this block because it has no digits filled in. But when you look at the surrounding 8s, you'll know why I want to attack this first. So when I click on an 8 in this Sudoku Exchange.com solver, which is quite useful, I think, you'll see all of the 8s are highlighted. So what can we say? Well, we know an 8 is already in this column, so we know there's no 8 in any of these 3 squares. We know an 8 is already in this column, so 8 is banned from these 3 squares, and we have 8 blocking across and across, like so. And so there is only one square where the 8 can go. It must fit into that square there. Got the idea? I'm getting a message, but I think I can ignore it. Right, 8's block up these 2 columns like this, same kind of thing, and 8 blocks across here. And so now we can fit an 8 there. Now, here's an interesting point for newcomers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8s. Now, don't say 64. What we have to say is we have 8 iterations of digit 8 already, and there is only 1 left to get because we have 9 of every digit in this grid. And there's 1 block. This block down here is the only block where we don't yet have an 8. We have an 8 everywhere else. So now what you should understand if you are a newcomer to Sudoku is, I promise you we have enough information to find this last digit 8. You always do. If you have 8 of any particular digit, you always have enough information to get the 9th iteration of it. So we have 8's blocking down here, 8 blocking down here, and across here, and across here. So we know this is where the final 8 goes. Now 8's are finished, finito, we don't have to worry about them anymore. Let's do something else instead. Let's look for a 6 in this block here. Now what we can say is we have 6 blocking down here and 6 blocking down here. So now you might be saying, but where does the 6 go from these 2 squares? Now we have 2 left. But when you notice this 6 blocking across here, and you consider that, well, 6 must not go in this square, it must be somewhere down here, right? You know that this cannot be 6. And you will understand that 6 must fit into that square. If you are a beginner at Sudoku, I hope that was okay for you. 6 blocks like this will fit 6 there. And 6 blocking down and down here and across here, that puts a 6 into that square. Now bearing in mind what I just told you about digit 8, we have, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 6's. So we can find the 9th digit 6 in this block here where we don't yet have it. So let's just make sure that we do that right now. 6 is blocking up like that, and that's the final digit 6. So 6 and 8 are complete. We still have to get all the rest though. Let's look for the 7 in this block down here by saying 7 blocks down like this, and down like this, and across here. So we know the 7 has to fit there. Let's look for the 2 in the middle block. We've got 2 blocking up here and 2 across here, so that gives us a 2 in that square there. And we'll continue on with the 2 since we've got that number highlighted. And many people think you should just continue with the same digit until you can exhaust every possibility with that digit. I sometimes do that and sometimes don't. Here's where the 2 goes here. And we can also know that a 2 is in this square here. Now how do we know that 2 is in this square here? Well, because when we say 2 blocking up here and blocking up here, right? Well, now you say, wait a minute, there's a 2 blocking here. That leaves 2 possibilities, doesn't it? But the answer is no, because this 2, remember, blocks every square in here. 2 cannot appear in any of these 3 squares. So we know that the 2 has to be there. I hope you understood that if you are a newbie to Sudoku. If not, go back and watch some of the videos that deal with the very easy games. Okay, right, 9 blocks across here, and that's where the 9 goes. Now usually, if you are new to Sudoku, normally what happens when you're playing this game is they give you a few easy numbers that you start with, and then from then on you need to start thinking a bit more about what goes on, what's going on, and that's just the case in most games of Sudoku, but sometimes it just continues to be easy. This game I have no idea, but generally the Guardian medium levels are not that tricky. We have 3 blocking up here, so that means a 3 must fit. Now there's only 1 digit missing from this block here, and that's a digit 1, so we can place that now. We have 9 blocking down here and 9 blocking up here and 9 across here, so that's where our 9 fits. Now, okay, in this row here, we are missing 2 digits at the end, either end. We're missing 5 and we are missing 7. So we know these 2 squares must contain 5 or 7. When we see our 5 here, we know that that can't possibly be 5. It must be the 7, and the 5 must go there. Seven now blocks across here, so that puts a 7 into that square. Right, missing numbers here are 1 and 4. I don't know which is which just yet, so I'll hold off on that. But now that I know this is 1 and 4, I should look along here and see what's missing. So we are still looking for 2. Okay, and immediately I see the 2 blocking this square, so I know the 2 has to go here. Remember, I know this is 1 and 4, so I know these can't be 1 and 4. We've got all of the other numbers to look for. So the 2 is here, and then the 3 is here. Now, actually, you could have just gone 2 blocking across like this, and 2 blocking out like that. Puts the 2 here, and now you could just say 3 blocks across there like that. So often there's more than one way to find the solution in Sudoku. Now 5 blocks down here and 5 blocks up here, so we don't yet have 5 in this block here, so 5 goes there. And missing digits here and here are 1 and 4, but we can't get them just yet, so we have to leave them and come back to get those later. Now it's often a good idea to kind of go through the digits one by one and see what's happening. You just by highlighting the number, you can look along the rows and columns and in blocks to see what's necessary. So it's sometimes a good idea to do that, see what's left. For example, when I highlight the 2's, it makes it easy to see that in fact we have 8 2's already, so there's only 2 missing in this block up here. So I know that I can find it. So we've got 2 blocking up here, and across here, and that's the final digit 2. Now when we highlight the 3's, we can see pretty quickly that 3 blocks like this, and so 3 will be in this square here, then 3 blocks all the way up there, and up there, excuse me. So that leaves a 3 in that square. Seven blocks up here, we still need a 7 in this top block here. So 7 is there and 4 finishes it. Now if you remember, 4 and 1 were missing from these squares. Now we know that this square cannot contain 4. So 4 is here and the 1 goes there. Now there's only 1 digit missing from this column, and it's a 1. And there's only 1 digit missing from this column or this block. Of course the answer will be the same, and that's a 4. 4 now blocks across here and 4 blocks down here. So 4 fits in this square here. And what else is left to do? Okay, here's a Sudoku type idea. 1, 5 and 9 are missing in these 3 squares to complete this block, but 5 and 9 are in the same column, so this square can't be 5, can't be 9, must be 1. And now in this column there's only 1 digit missing. That digit is a 4, so we'll place that now. Okay, and now I can say that this digit must be 4, this square here must be 4. And the reason I can say that is because when I consider all the other 4's, I can say they're blocking every other open square in this first column. So this can't be 4 because of this can't be 4 because of this, and this square can't be 4 because of this, so 4 goes here and 1 is the last digit and it fits there. Right, we've done a lot of the grid already, not too much more to go now. Let's see what else is on offer. I'm just clicking through quite quickly to see what's easily done on the numbers that we have left. Okay, so again, similar to what I just did with this 4, if we look at this column here and try to think about the 7's, we'll see something very similar. So we've got 7 blocking here, 7 blocking here, 7 blocking here. So in this column That's the only open cell, so we know that 7 fits there. And now we can say 7's blocking up here, and across here, so that puts a 7 here. And that was the final digit 7 as well. Now there's just one empty square here for a 4, and 4 blocks up this column and up this column, and 4 blocks across here, so that's where our 4 goes, and that's the final 4. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8 already. We're looking for 1, 3, 5 and 9. Those are the digits that are left. Can we finish off the 1s yet, is the question I would like to ask. And the answer is no, not quite yet. How about the 3s? Can we finish off the 3s? Well, we can get another 3 by doing this. We say 3 blocks up here and 3 blocks across here. So what do we know? We now know that 3 is in fact either in this square or this square only. So we know that 3 must be blocked from the rest of this column down here. 3 blocks down here and 3 blocks across here. So this is the only place where 3 can go now. So we got an extra 1 there. Now there's only one empty square in this row, and that empty square is for 5. And now there's only one empty square in this column, and that must be filled by a 9, I believe. Okay, now 9 blocks across here, so that puts a 9 into this square, and the missing number here is 5. Now 5 blocks this square here, so 5 goes here. The last number to get here is a 1. 1 blocks all the way up here, that puts a 1 into this square here. 1 blocks across here, and 1 blocks up here. So that's a 1 there. Now there's just one empty square for this column, and that will be filled by a 3. 3 now blocks across here, putting a 3 in this square. You see how we're using the digit we just placed to help us go forward. 9 is the last number there. 9 blocks across here, 9 goes here. Now there's only one number to complete today's medium level grid, and that's a 5. I hope you understood that if you're new to Sudoku and it wasn't too tough for you. If you play the more difficult games, I'll be back later with some trickier stuff. Bye bye.